Yeah, yeah. Fresh out the cell with a plan and a boo. Anklet beeping, but my heart's beating for you. Let's go. Met her on a prison pen pal site. She said you cute even in that orange light. Now I'm home and I'm free, kinda on probation. She picked me up in a Prius, pure elation. Got a teardrop tat and a heart full of dreams. She brought cupcakes and some government cheese. I said, girl, you a snack, maybe even a feast. She said, you just hungry cause you live with the beast. Love after lockup, wild and free. Got no keys, but she got the key to me. From yard time to FaceTime, look at us glow. From prison phone calls to reality show. Love after lockup, we don't play. Tinder got nothing on JPay. I did my time, now I'm doing hers. Doing laundry and love, both in spurts.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Love After Lockup Lockdown, where we are covering Season 2, Episode 39. As always, you can find us in our Facebook group and on Instagram at Love After Lockup Lockdown. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Lisa.
And this week we're covering Season 2, Episode 39, Wedding Crashers and Cheaters. Lisa, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Fantastic. I'm a little sick.
Yeah, it's that time of year. We both have big storms coming our way, so that's super fun.
Yeah.
Joys of living where we live. And I wanted to tell you that my television lately, no matter what app I'm on, thinks that we speak Spanish, and I don't know why. And we all know that our phones and our tablets and our TVs listen to us. We have been getting an extreme amount of commercials in Spanish from just about any app we use, and I don't know why.
That's strange.
I don't know. Yeah, it is strange. I have really no idea why. Maybe I speak Spanish in my sleep and it's hearing me.
There's probably a setting you have turned on accidentally.
I thought you were talking about like in my body, like I have like a
Oh,
Spanish
no.
setting.
So this week we start with Lacey, John, and Shane, and Lacey opens up the paternity test results and says that John is not Marlo's father.
And today is actually a few days before their wedding. So they're getting all their stuff prepared. And by the way, we didn't even mention that this is actually the finale for this portion of this season 2. So this is the finale of Love After Lockup, and then we'll be moving into life after this.
Correct, yeah. And Lacey and Shane hug each other and they kiss and they're celebrating, which is the majority of the scene. And she says that she is so happy that they can move on and focus on their wedding now and not having to worry about the paternity results or John.
I really feel like they're going to still have to worry about John, not because of John himself, but because of Lacey. Because I don't feel like she's gonna leave John alone, even though she claims that he has stalked her in the past. She's the one that keeps going back to him.
Right. He's not calling her from what we've seen. She's calling him.
Mm-hmm.
And then they cheers to John not being the father.
Yeah, they're drinking like frozen drinks. Did you notice? It's like
No.
frozen. Yeah. Been frozen.
Why not? Next up, Glorietta and Alex, and Glorietta's telling her mom what happened when Don got a hold of him on the phone.
Mm-hmm. So they're just going to go confront him because this is just the best thing that they can possibly do at this point. And mom says that he is a loser and he's the enemy. And I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah. So Glorietta says she will always love him and it's shameful for him to put her through this. Now, we did discuss that a couple times he pretty much broke up with her. I don't know why she's not getting that.
But he should have just definitively broke up with her. Clearly, this girl didn't get the message. So he needed to just be like, we're broken up. I don't understand why he couldn't just say that. Mom, typical mom here, and I don't remember what her name is. She's like, he's a loser and he's the enemy.
Now, Glorietta says she's not stupid or delusional. Girl, let me hold your hand when I say this.
It is actually, if you threw Glorietta's face into ChatGPT, that is the definition you would get. Like, tell me about this girl. It'd be like delusional and what was the other one?
And stupid.
And stupid.
Yeah, and her mom tells her that she needs to rip it off like a band-aid and get it over with, which is probably good advice. Although once she heard what he said to Dawn, I feel like he came out and said it. So
Mhm.
he knew she was listening.
Yeah, mom's basically like he's the devil. Glorietta said he's not the devil, but he's acting like the devil. And mom says, well, he's shaking hands with the devil. Well, he sure the hell is in more ways than one.
So Glorietta walks up to the table where him and Juliana are sitting and says, "What's up? Are you on a date?" Boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
Next up, Lizzy and Daniel, and Lizzy pulls up and sees the car and says, "What's this?" And Daniel says, "What do you mean? I bought it."
Mhm. He's just messing with the car and yawning. And again, he looks weird. He looks skinny. His entire demeanor has changed, and it's all pointing to possible relapse. But whatever. We don't know that for sure. And Lacey's like, well, what is this? And he says, well, I bought it because I wanted it.
Yeah. And she was there to pick him up so that they could go look at wedding venues. He had an entirely different idea. And I feel like he knew what was coming when he bought that car. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I don't feel like he bought that with any idea that things were going to work out. He wanted to end things with her, and this was just his way of doing that.
And clearly some time has passed because it's not like he just lost that weight overnight. So some time has passed here. Some shit's gone down with them that just production didn't feel was important, or maybe they didn't allow to be recorded. He does tell her that the car was $7,500, and this just sets her off.
Right. But he tells her, and he says this again, the car is going to keep him sober. And if she doesn't support that, she's just not for his journey in life.
Yeah. Her big thing was is instead of putting money towards the wedding, he bought a car. But I mean, okay. To to side with Daniel a little bit here, he does need a car so that he can get to work. And so a car in his stage of life, hopefully he's not doing drugs, would be an important step for him before a wedding. I think that this wedding thing did need to wait.
Well, didn't he have a car? He zip tied a shopping cart to what I thought was his car.
I wasn't sure if that was his car, or if that was the friend's car or the mom's car. I couldn't figure it out. I don't know.
Oh my God. If I were Teresa and he strapped zip tied a cart to the roof of my car, I would be so upset. And then he drove all over the place with it.
Well, Teresa thinks so highly of her son that she would have been like, "Oh, look at my son. Isn't he ingenious? He's zip tying a cart to the top of my car." Just throw your groceries up there, Teresa. Like,
There you go.
she thinks so highly of her felon, former drug addict son. I mean,
Daniel says being in love and getting married are two different things. And at this point, their lives just don't align.
hmm so Daniel is just like, we should just talk about this and not get married right now. And Lizzie's like, well, I just think we should just call it quits.
Yeah, he was like, let's just not get married right now. You know, he
Mm,
wasn't even saying never, just not right now. And she's like, fuck you.
yeah. And I would have been I'm with her. And I'm so glad we're getting rid of these two finally, but I'm with her. And he says, I want my ring back. And she's like, no way, your mom paid for it, so she can come and ask for it back.
Yeah. Daniel says surviving in society isn't easy, and she isn't his person anymore. And that's sad.
It's but so weird that this changed so quickly because he was all about her. He was the one that did that proposal and didn't want to lose her, and this just took like a 360. And we end the scene with Lizzy saying, I just thought that I was going to have a house and kids and be with him for the rest of my life. And then we see Teresa just like going at her, and then the scene stops.
Yeah. Lizzy said she's sad and she could have given him the world. And I
Yeah,
just, maybe, honestly, maybe.
maybe. She's heading in the right direction, so maybe.
So they are finally broken up. Next up, Angela and Tony. And Tony calls Angela and says they have to talk and asks her to meet him at the lake.
Tony is just garbage trash. Okay, so she's driving and immediately she's like, this is something bad, not something good, because that's just what she's used to with this guy. So she's like, Tony's always up to something. And she's like, one thing I've learned about Tony is that you should always expect the worst. Well, that is a great way to look at the person that you're with for possibly life.
Yeah, but man, I've been in relationships where I've thought the exact same fucking thing. It's
Me
like,
too.
this is the worst thing is going to happen, and it did, but you
Mhm.
stay for whatever reason.
I know it. Yeah, I've absolutely felt this for sure.
And she stays, but she says that she has some uncertainties whether it's going to work out. And this is the first time we've kind of seen that from Angela. Well, I mean, supposedly she broke up with him, but how did she? Did she really distance herself from him?
She says one thing, but her actions speak another.
Yeah.
It's it's totally like that with her. She does get there and she walks out to what is a setup with champagne and flowers by some sort of a man-made lake thing.
A pond.
A pond, a drainage ditch. I don't know. It has rocks and a bridge.
That's right. Perfect for pictures. So he says he didn't appreciate her enough and it will be a challenge to be faithful. Well, these are what? These came out like one after another, but they are so contradictory. I didn't appreciate you enough, but it's going to be really hard not to stick my dick in somebody else.
Oh, he's so awful. He is one of the most awful to date. I honestly, if I had to choose between Tony and Michael, I'd like choose Michael.
Ugh.
And that's a like hard choice. People compare people to Michael all the time. Like, who's worse, like Tony or who's worse than Michael? Basically, has been the whole entire thing, and now it's like, who's worse than Tony? So he's like, "Blah, and here's this shit," and then, I never got to do this in person, and then finally asks her to marry him, and they kiss and say, "I love you."
Yeah, her answer to him was, "Of course, boo." And then he gives her the ugliest ring $200 could buy.
It looks like a men's
Ugly.
ring.
It
Yes.
has to have been.
The style of that ring, that is not a woman's ring. It looked like a maybe tungsten, like, metal ring that for a man, that it looked like a wedding band for a man, and it had, like, this big rock in the middle of it, which is clearly not a diamond because it was large.
Right. And they drank their champagne directly from the bottle, as one does.
He couldn't buy some plastic glasses. Why are they chugging champagne from the bottle?
I mean, you could do solo cups. I guess if they're the only
Hey.
ones drinking it, but it's just I feel like he fell short on planning a little bit.
You think? I was thinking this dude just went to, like, I don't remember what state they're in. Here in New York, you can't just go to a gas station and grab a bottle of champagne, but in other states you can. So I feel like he just stopped at some random mini mart or the gas station and grabbed whatever they had and just brought it to the pond.
Or the producers gave it to him. They could have set
I
that
don't
up
know.
also.
They could have
I
got
don't
the dude
know.
some cups.
Right.
Anything.
Oops. So Moist Tony says he feels like he is walking on a cloud, but he feels like he has a hold over Angela because she's so attracted to him and so in love with him.
Ugh, I want to kill this man. Oh, he's like, she'd pretty much forgive me for anything. What a fucking dick. I can't.
Mm-hmm. Next up, Josh and Cheryl, and Josh says he has a surprise for Cheryl because she's always wanted a fairy tale wedding.
Yes, he says he's never really proposed, and he says, I don't think we will get married here, but I'll propose here.
So he takes Cheryl to a castle and he says, have you ever seen anything like this before? And she gets real snotty and she says, no, but I've seen a castle before because my sister got married in one.
Yeah, and it
Rude.
was bigger than this one. It was bigger
Mm-hmm.
than this one. Oh, I don't know who I hated more in this episode. Ooh, I hate Cheryl so much. She's so unimpressed, of course.
This imperfect castle for your imperfect man in your imperfect relationship. Who gives a shit what your sister did?
I thought it was cool. I liked it. I thought it was sweet. I think that this takes most men I know wouldn't think of stuff like this. He knows she likes fairy tales. He knows she likes castles. Even if that wasn't something they chose for the wedding venue. The fact that he thought about a wedding venue is more than any man would because they usually don't give a shit. They just let the woman do everything. This dude's like, even if she doesn't like this as our wedding venue, this would be a pretty cool place to propose to her. This is very thoughtful all around. I'm giving Josh like big credit for this. And this bitch is just like, I don't think this is safe or wedding worthy. Hello?
Even if she felt that way, she could have kept that to herself until they were done and leaving in the car. She didn't, she was so rude to the people who were giving her a tour and actually to Josh and to everybody else that was there enjoying the castle.
So rude. She doesn't have to be a snotty fucking brat. All she had to do was be a human and go, "Oh, this is so cute. This is cool. I like it." She could have just been like, but in a nice tone, or been like, "I don't know, Josh, like maybe like I feel like this isn't safe. We're going to have kids at the wedding, but this is really cool and I would like a castle, but maybe just not this one." You know what I
Right.
mean? Like there's ways to say things that Cheryl just doesn't know how to say. She just needs to immediately be a bitch and snotty about everything.
Josh made me laugh though. He says he's talking to the women who were giving them the tour and he tells them that she doesn't like it, so he'll just hit them up with his next chick.
I am like, I was all on his side. I was 1000% on his side. Everything he said, I think he was warranted in everything. To be aggravated, to be throwing punches at her, absolutely 100%. He should have been doing all of this because I would have been severely pissed and embarrassed. Embarrassed.
It would have been embarrassing, yeah. And the way that she yells and screams is embarrassing. Like, if you want to have
Mhm.
if you want to tell somebody something, have a conversation with them. Don't scream at them.
She acts like just a brat, like she's acting like a child all
Yeah,
the time.
yeah. Well, Josh tells her he was going to propose, but now he's actually decided he doesn't want to get married and she can go.
Yeah, he's just like, "Well, I was gonna make it official today, but now I'm like, nah." And Josh says, "There's no reason why we need to get married," and I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. Next up, Lacey, John, and Shane. And it's the day of the wedding. And Lacey said that Shane's the love of her life.
One of the many, but anyway, she's excited to be marrying Shane. Dad and Shane are talking about John and the paternity issue and the fight and everything. And now we know Dad's team Shane, so we know that.
Her dad says, you don't think John's going to show up here, do you? And his friends were like, no way, we got this handled.
So yeah, Shane basically said, well, if John does show up at the wedding, we're not going to have to worry because he doesn't have to do anything because he's going to have plenty of friends there that will take care of him for him.
Right. Next up, Vince and Amber. Puppy calls Amber and asks about Vince, and Amber says she broke up with him.
Yeah, she just said we just don't need Vince because basically I've decided we can achieve our goals without him.
Right. Puppy's like, he was supposed to get us back on our feet. And Amber's like, we can achieve all of our goals without him. Like, we don't need him to get to where we want to be.
She's like, I've never needed a man before, so like why now? And of all people, Vince. She's like, we're all going to take our asses to work and we're going to do what we're supposed to do. We're going to be legit and stay out of prison.
Right. I think Puppy's mom scared her. You know what I mean? Like, you will go
Mhm.
back. And from what she said, she goes back for life. I don't know if that's an exaggeration or a literal, but I'm, and I don't know how long that lasts. I do not know these things.
Peppy cracked me up, but she's like, well, what about me being adopted? I mean, I'd love to know how my father is doing.
That was so funny. And Amber tells us that Puppy is her family.
Yeah, she said, no matter what, I'm with Puppy and Puppy will always be my wife. And she's gonna pick her up in 2 months. Then we'll finally meet Puppy.
Next up, Lacey, John, and Shane. And Lacey's in her wedding dress. And she calls John to supposedly tell him the DNA results.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. She's calling him on her fucking wedding day to tell this dude about the paternity results. You and I both know why she did this. She's
Of course.
starting drama.
Yep.
This bitch was hoping that he would show up and stop the damn wedding. Hello.
100. Yeah. It was the drama of what could be. And she tells us that John has a history of stalking her. I was like, what?
Ugh.
You're calling him, dude.
I have never met anyone who like is this close with their stalker. I'm sorry. It's just like
Yeah.
what? Goes to
You
visit
look
their
good.
stalker in jail. What? Hey, you're my stalker, but you can live in my home after you get out. What?
So she finally tells him that he's not Marlo's dad and that she's getting ready to walk down the aisle. And he says maybe he'll come tell everyone what a mistake she's making. Well, that would be a mistake.
Yeah. I mean, John's got to settle it a little bit because he doesn't want to go back to jail. I mean, but I get it. And he says he's a little sad, and I kind of do feel I feel bad for John because was blindsided.
Yeah, he thought they were going to have a family.
Mhm.
Well, she tells us that letting John know the results was the last piece of the puzzle, and now she can move on and marry Shane. Because that's what she was doing.
Yeah, no, but and then she says she wants to make sure that no one gets into a fight at her wedding, yet she literally just possibly initiated a fight.
Right. I'm in my wedding dress.
Oh,
So the producer asks if he's thinking about showing up to the wedding, John, and John tells us he's still in love with her.
can we just talk about how, all right, Lacey to me in her wedding dress with all that makeup and those giant eyelashes reminded me of the way that the women look at the porn star awards.
I haven't seen him.
Oh, I will send you like a clip. I mean, nothing with porn in it, but I will send you what I mean, and then you tell me.
Okay. Checking in with Lizzy and Daniel, and Lizzy says she's sad, but as she's doing her interview, Teresa walks over, puts her hand out, and says she wants her ring back.
In a really highly confrontational way. And I would honestly, the way she charged at her, I would have been ready to hit her because it looked really confrontational. Like she was literally, I thought she could attack her. And Lizzie's like, I'm not giving it to you. Take me to court. And I would have said the same damn thing.
Really?
Yeah. And honestly, the rules normally are, and there's no laws on this, but the rules typically are the rules of etiquette are if you break off the wedding with so Daniel broke off the wedding, broke off the engagement. The girl is supposed to keep the ring.
I mean, I just wouldn't, personally, I wouldn't want it, but I think she's just being difficult and petty.
Yeah, and I'm on her side here.
Teresa says that she's in shock, but she's ecstatic over the breakup between the two of them.
Oh boy. Yeah. Well, they're fighting, and Teresa, of course, calls her an alcoholic because this is what she always goys back on.
Right. They continue to argue with each other, and Lizzie's like, fuck you. And Teresa's like, fuck you. And then Lizzie throws a rock at Teresa.
I thought it was the ring, but it is a rock, and I guess it hit her in the foot. And Teresa says, if that would have hit me any higher, I would have beat her ass.
Teresa doubles down and says, I called you an alcoholic. And then they continue fighting in the street. Don't you live there? Like, do you want your neighbors to hear you screaming?
Yeah. And of course, she's like, you didn't deserve my son. Oh, God. I mean, your son is just, he, he, I can't. I can't. Again, acting as if her son is some prize.
Lizzie says that she's always hated Teresa, and she doesn't know if losing Daniel or losing Teresa is more of a blessing.
Yeah, who would want to deal with this mom for the rest of their life? And she said, I've wasted 3 years of my life. Well, you know what, though? Lucky it was only 3 years and not anymore. So,
But did she? Because she didn't write him, she didn't send him any money, so she didn't talk to him on the phone. She didn't,
yeah,
like, she never visited him.
she saw other men too. Yeah,
Exactly. Did you invest
yeah.
3 years in this relationship? Because it doesn't seem like it.
No, no, but I mean, still, she's young. That you didn't waste anything.
Back to Lacey, John, and Shane. And Lacey and Shane are in bed, and she's straddling him and calls him daddy.
Yeah, and then he calls her mommy, which is fucking gross. I wrote ultra gross scene from the night before their wedding. And then she says that Shane's sex drive is great. He's 21. That is why
And he's been locked up for several years. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure all men's sex drive is high at 21.
Yeah. He goes, what do you think about this? And he pulls down his underwear. I thought it was hilarious. I was like, oh my God. The cameras are right there.
No, he's laying naked in the bed and his butt is facing us. And I'm like, what is happening right now? What
He
did
did
he
not care
blur
at
it?
all.
It wasn't blurred on Peacock. His butt is right there.
They give us a quick look at her vibrator for some reason.
Oh, oh, come on. Yeah, Lacey wants the sex on their wedding night to be super exciting. So basically, she stops the whole thing and she's like, I'm going to go make your favorite spaghetti.
Right? I know you wanted to do it, but here's some spaghetti.
Yum.
Back to Glorietta and Alex tells Juliana that he wants to kiss her luscious lips, and she tells him to hold off.
Oh, God, this loser. All right. So she says, how are things going with Glorietta? And he says, I don't want to be with her. And there's only one person I want to be with.
Well, Juliana's like, if that's true, why is it taking you so long to take care of your situation with Glorietta?
Mhm.
Glorietta.
I don't e I don't even know why he's possibly still sort of hanging on to her. Makes no sense, especially with what happens here. So Glorietta and her mom show up, and Glorietta says, well, she confronts them. What's going on here? Who is this? Are you on a date? And Alex says, oh, as a matter of fact, I am.
Right. So Glorietta confirms with him a couple times that he wants to break up. Like, he says it and then he keeps saying it, and she's like, but do you want to break up? It looks that
Oh,
way.
yeah, this girl. All right. So Glorietta, of course, in her very mild mannered, cutesy little voice, this is very embarrassing. And then she said, we need to end this for good. He already did.
I mean, a few
Times.
times. Yeah. And her mom starts yelling at him, and he tells her, like, you can leave too.
But he does tell Glorietta, fuck you. I'm like, excuse me? And Juliana's sitting there watching how he's treating this woman. And I'm like, you should probably run because if this is how he's treating this girl and he has no respect for women, how's he gonna treat you?
Well, her mom then throws a couple of glasses of water on him before Glorietta even tries to stop. That's out of line. She didn't need to get involved like that.
No, mom yells at him and basically she's just, don't talk to my daughter like that. And that's when she starts to throw shit at him because she's pissed because of the way that he talked to her daughter. We knew this mom was confrontational. We knew this. I'm not surprised at this at all. He says, get the fuck out of here, bitch. And then he throws a glass directly at her face and then she attacks him.
Glorietta keeps screaming, security, security. And as they're leaving, she tells her mom that was too much. The experience was too much.
Did you notice that Juliana was in the background just standing there laughing? And I'm like, why is she laughing? She's
I
just
didn't see her.
laughing. Yeah, and then when the police come, there also I think there was the restaurant owner there because the police walked in and the restaurant owner is like, "No, this isn't happening here," or whatever he said.
Alex said he had planned a civil discussion, but that's not how it went. I think that's an understatement.
Yeah. Juliana just like, I don't feel comfortable in this situation and this is like a big deal breaker for me. And Alex just kept telling her that it's over, and clearly she didn't know and that she just can't have that. Like she's not going to be with him because he kept telling her it's over, and clearly Glorietta had no idea
But
apparently.
she did, dude. Like she
Yeah.
did know. She did have an idea. So that's kind of sucky. Yes, he did not say those words, but I
Yeah.
mean, even
But
after he was done,
but Juliana doesn't know this. She doesn't know
right?
this because so outside looking in, is looking like he never let her onto this.
Yeah.
Uh, mhm. And so mom's like, well, after everything you did to him, he's just gonna say bounce bitch. And I just don't want men disrespecting my daughter. I get that. I get that.
Glorietta said she's moving on with her life and starting fresh, but she would date another man in prison. Because it turned out so well.
Yeah. Oh gosh, she didn't learn anything from this.
But she's also said that she's not going to let anybody take advantage of her because she's experienced now. Are
I
you, though?
and do you no. And she's not even crying or emotional at all. Did you notice? She's not doesn't seem even upset. Like like the delusion just keeps going.
It doesn't seem like she's accepted that they're not together anymore.
I know that's what I was thinking too. I really honestly think she thinks he's going to change his mind based upon the fact that she wasn't upset by this at all. This
Mhm.
is stalker behavior because I'm thinking, oh, is she going to stalk him now?
He says he doesn't know what the future holds, but it will be a brand new experience. And like he's just driving down the road singing to himself.
Oh God. Yeah. He's like, it's amazing how different a person can be when you're in prison versus when you're out. Dude, I can guarantee you that Glorietta is exactly the same while he was in prison as when he got out of prison. This girl has one personality. It didn't change.
She's exactly who she represents herself as being.
Yeah, she's not a complex person, Alex. Get over it.
Back to Angela and Tony, and Angela's making Tony sandwiches, and they kiss like, I don't know, 826 times.
I wrote that this scene starts with Angela squeezing mayonnaise on bread with a heavy amount of fart noises.
So he says that he used to be addicted to the rush of drugs, but he's learned to find that feeling elsewhere. And we know what that means.
Yeah, we absolutely know what that means. He's so gross. And he tells Angela that he's going to go to his therapy session because all his therapy sessions have changed him in a positive way. What kind of therapy are we talking about, Tony?
Mm. Who has all day therapy?
Right? It's like 30, 40 minutes for therapy.
So she asks him what he's doing in therapy, and he's like, it's confidential. No, it's not. It's confidential for the doctor, not you, idiot.
Yeah, you can tell whoever you want to if you choose to. Oh god. Oh gosh. Okay. So then she says, come straight home. And she says she has to point him in the right direction so that he doesn't break her heart again. Okay, I have something to say about this. I lived this life. I lived this life for 15 years. You can try and try and try all you want to stop the person from doing shitty stuff to you. You can do everything in your power and think that you are watching them like a hawk. And if they want to, they'll still find a way.
I mean, he doesn't hide it very well or make much effort to hide it.
Because he's a dumbass.
She tells him to come right home after therapy. And well, whenever he's
Okay.
done.
Yeah. Oh, he says the biggest adjustment for him is that he gets to make his own decisions, and then we show him getting to the motel that he used to work at, and he says to the camera crew, "You guys stay here. Don't go any further, okay?" Oh, they're going to follow him, and they do.
So he goes into the motel where he used to work, and Angela calls him while he's presumably there and asks how therapy is going. And he says it's going great and he's learning a lot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He says he's concerned about triggers because as an addict, he had to be constantly on the lookout for temptation. It doesn't look like he's avoiding temptation very much here.
No. And as soon as he hangs up, him and a woman start laughing.
Yeah.
Next, Cheryl and Josh, and Cheryl is yelling and screaming as she's leaving and says she's the future bride and she has the right to state her opinion. I don't think anybody was telling her she didn't.
No, she's screaming, "Get the hell out of my face." She wants the cameras out of her face. And she says her boyfriend just broke up with her after blindsiding her with the shitty ass castle.
She's such a bitch, man.
I can't stand her.
And then Josh says he's disappointed he didn't get a picture with the badass dragon. I'm telling you what, man, like, I don't know if the producers did it, but he just seems like a kind of good guy. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, not a total piece of shit.
No, I honestly think, and I keep saying this, some men, and however you want to disagree with me or agree with me, whoever's listening, some men do need someone to steer them in the right direction. And sometimes that is whoever you're with as a partner. And I feel like had Josh found someone else better, much better than Cheryl, I think this dude could have lived a normal life. He actually seems like an okay guy. He, to the best of my knowledge, was not a drug addict. He was basically a criminal who stole things. He stole cars. He robbed banks. Like, I think that had he been provided with a more stable relationship and life to start off with, maybe he could have been okay and not wound up back in prison. I don't know how he wound back up in prison, but it was for theft again. So,
Yeah, it's very possible.
mhm.
Josh says that he had decided that this day would be the day that they either got engaged or broke up.
So he said he almost made a really big decision. He says that she does deserve to be with someone that can give her what she wants, but I need to do shit to stay out of prison. That is a really smart statement, and it's caring on top of it. He's not completely shitting on Cheryl here.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that he doesn't care about her, but she is just coming across as so unstable. But she starts complaining that she bought him a $500 watch and he can't give her a $50 ring. And she calls him a dirty son of a bitch. And I'm like, you wouldn't want a $50 ring anyway. Like, that would not make you happy.
No. And to be fair, she again knew that Josh was in prison, knew that when he got out, he would have to rebuild his life and that he would have no money. What? I mean, why is she so delusional? She wanted him to get out, suddenly be a millionaire, and provide her with a giant castle and a grandiose life. What is this girl's problem? Is she loony? Like, what is her problem?
I have no idea.
This is what she chose. If she wanted someone who was going to provide her with the world, why is this the route you took?
It doesn't make any sense at all. But Cheryl says that she believes they're meant to be together and that everything will fall into place eventually.
And I really feel he absolutely does have real true feelings for her, which is kind of rare on this show. We see that this does not happen a lot. He says that you don't get a chick that rides with you for 2 years and not develop feelings for her. And I mean, this actually felt like this could have turned into something good in the end, but she's just such a dick.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's true.
Do you catch her last statement where she says even Bonnie and Clyde fought?
Yeah. We see how that ended up.
Yeah. Yep.
We wrap this week up with Lacey, John, and Shane, and Lacey's friend asks her if she's sure, and she says yes.
And I believe that she is. Um, she says that this is the day that every little girl dreams of. I wasn't she married before?
Yes.
Okay, because I was questioning that. And Shane said that he never thought that he'd be getting out of prison and then just meeting someone like Lacey. So I mean, he's 21, he's young. He just did a shitty stint in prison, and I guess this would kind of feel like the lottery for him, right?
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean,
Hmm.
it's better than the alternative.
Yeah.
And they get married on the beach, and there are people everywhere, like not part of the wedding. They're just in on the beach enjoying themselves. And I was like, you can just it seems so weird. There was no privacy.
No, usually I thought like you like rent out a part of the beach. No, there's kids playing in the background. There's like beach balls. They're screaming and yelling. These two are just
Yeah.
getting married in the midst of all of it. Dad looks happy though.
Yeah.
I think he was drinking though.
I think they all were.
Yeah.
So they show John sitting in his car and like maybe crying, but definitely being sad.
Yeah. They acted like as if he was definitely gonna go charge this wedding. But did you hear how Lacey was reading her vow? She was using her best Paris Hilton voice. It was the worst, thickest Paris Hilton accent ever.
I didn't notice.
You
She's
ignore
so
her.
obnoxious. She said that she doesn't have a thing for bad boys anymore, just her husband.
I mean,
Ugh.
I think my eyes rolled so bad on that. They
Right?
just rolled again.
And then like just I thought it was shitty because she goes, everyone's happy but John.
Oh, yeah. She's such a jerk. John says that he gives Lacey and Shane a month. So,
And that wraps it up. We also have, because this was a season finale, we have the Where Are They Now? It's quick follow-ups. It says, after breaking up with Alex, Glorietta reconnected with an ex. Alex and Juliana stopped seeing each other, and Alex was arrested on multiple felonies.
real quick on this one, I just looked this up today and I sent it to you and I put it in the Facebook group. So, it is hysterical if you read the whole story.
It's wild.
Yeah, he was on a ring cam stealing a little girl's bike. He was pulled over in a car with meth and crack. He went back to jail for many things. He was stealing shit, walking down the street, like stealing shit from random houses. Some dude was chasing after him with a shovel. It's wild.
It, it's a wild read. It's in the Facebook group. You should be able to
Yeah.
find it in there on a search. Angela and Tony are planning their wedding. Uh, Lizzy will graduate in 4 years, and she kept the ring. Daniel has a new girlfriend who his mother loves. Okay, here's the thing though. She's going to graduate in 4 years. What is she going to school for? She's been in school
Right.
for like 100 years.
Yeah, I was thinking, wow, like maybe she's actually going to school to be a psychiatrist. I thought it was just like a counselor. Like a counselor you can be done with like in like 18 months for a drug counselor.
I don't know what she's doing.
I was very confused.
Yeah. Cheryl went home to Texas, and her and Josh got back together shortly after filming ended, but we do know they did not stay together.
Yeah.
Amber is working at a restaurant and still living with Puppy's mom. Puppy and Amber's mom, Monica, will be released soon, and Vince is talking to a girl from the Philippines who he plans to meet soon.
Oh, oh. I was like, is he buying a bride?
I don't know. I don't.
Okay.
He could have been. I don't know. Lacey and Shane are happily married and trying to have a baby. John hasn't given up hope.
Oh, poor John.
Poor John. Who is your VIP for this week?
Glorietta's mom, because I get that. It would be the same way. I'm sorry.
I chose Amber for putting her foot down with Puppy because that couldn't have been
Okay.
easy to do. And your POS?
There were so many, but
So many.
I had to go with Cheryl because I
chose Moist Tony. So that's about it for this week's episode. If you enjoyed the podcast, head over to Apple or Spotify to rate and review. If you'd like to continue the conversation, join our group on Facebook at Love After Lockup Locked Down. Listen every Wednesday wherever you find your podcasts and keep those notifications on to be the first to catch bonus episodes.
And in the meantime, don't fall in love.
And don't get locked up.
First date at Walmart, keeping it low. Told the clerk, don't judge me, I'm on parole. I brought roses, okay, 1 rose from a gas station. She said, "Aw, babe, now that's validation." We be vibing in a halfway suite. Microwave dinners, romance elite. She my ride or die, she brought me a phone. Even snuck it in once, pre-release song. She hold me down like a key-o with charm. Except she don't mace me or twist my arm. We write vows in Sharpie on my court docs. Judge said no contact, but we beat the clocks. Love after lockup, cuffed and proud. Matching jumpsuits, now we rockin' the crowd. She said, don't mess up, I said, bet. Now we're TikTok stars with no regrets. So here's the love and second chance thrill. From a concrete bed to Netflix and chill. They said, don't catch feelings, but I caught a case of butterflies, girl, not just in one place. Ankle monitor beep. Oops, curfew gotta bounce.